What if I told you that there's one food that could naturally skyrocket your testosterone levels, help you feel stronger, give you more energy, and even improve your overall mood, all without spending a fortune? Believe it or not, that food is eggs. But here's the big question. How many eggs should you eat per day to boost your testosterone and unlock all these benefits? Well, stick with me here, because in this video, I'm breaking it all down and giving you my foolproof guide on how to maximize your testosterone levels just by eating more eggs. And I'll also dive into some practical tips to make it easy and enjoyable, even if you're crazy busy like me. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end, because I've got some game-changing strategies to help you supercharge your testosterone levels without hardly even lifting a finger. If you're new here, my name's Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. For years, I suffered from poor health and low testosterone levels in my early 20s, and it wasn't until I hit rock bottom after a pretty bad breakup that I finally started to turn my life around. So I'm here to share what I've learned along the way with other men so that they can improve their health and increase their testosterone levels naturally, just like I did. And I do post regularly, so make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bells on too so that you're not missing out. Let's dive in. Eggs are hands down one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They're loaded with every single vitamin except for vitamin C, plus powerhouse micronutrients like zinc, selenium, iodine, and choline. These are essential not just for testosterone production, but for keeping your body firing on all cylinders. But here's the thing, not all eggs or ways of eating them are created equal. In this video, I'll explain how to pick the best eggs, how to prepare them for maximum benefits, and the exact number of eggs you should eat daily to boost your testosterone. Oh yeah, and stick around, because later in the video, I'm going to share a specific timing trick that you can use to seriously accelerate your results overnight, and I do mean literally overnight. Eating more eggs is going to fix a ton of micronutrient deficiencies that you may have and probably do have. Because statistically, most people do have at least a couple of micronutrient deficiencies, so eating more eggs is going to help fix this problem. Correcting micronutrient deficiencies is ultimately going to boost testosterone and improve your overall health, because if your body has all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that it needs to function, it's going to have everything it needs to fire full throttle on all cylinders. Eggs are packed with the raw materials your body needs to produce testosterone, including high-quality fats, bioavailable amino acids, and dietary cholesterol. And no, cholesterol is not your enemy here. It's actually the foundation of testosterone production, which I'll explain here in a bit. Now, when you eat eggs, you want to make sure that you're eating the yolk, because that's where all the nutrient magic is. Egg whites are great for increasing your protein intake, but the yolks, that's where the testosterone boosting gold is. Not all eggs are created equally though. As far as egg selection, ideally you want to get your hands on some locally farmed eggs from pasture-raised chickens. These chickens produce superior eggs because they aren't trapped up in a chicken coop all day and pumped full of all these antibiotics and artificial hormones. Chickens need sunlight exposure to be healthy too, and healthy chickens are going to make nutritious eggs. The advantage of connecting with local farmers is that you can ask them questions about how they raise and treat their chickens. And if you can't do this, then I would say at the very least, I'd buy the pasture-raised organic eggs at the store. That's probably better than just buying generic white eggs, because those eggs come from the chickens that are pumped full of all the hormones to fatten them up so that farmers can make more money from selling their meat. These chickens produce lower quality eggs, and you want to buy the good ones. So how many eggs should you eat per day? My recommendation, aim for 4 to 10 eggs daily. Now that's a super broad range, but think of it as your minimum and your maximum. You don't need to hit 10 eggs every single day, but even starting out with just 4 eggs per day can make a big difference. And some days you might only be able to eat 4 or 5 for whatever reason, and other days you might be able to squeeze in 8 to 10. Okay, so here's my timing trick that I mentioned earlier. Instead of eating eggs for breakfast like most chumps do, try eating your eggs later in the evening, a couple of hours before before you go to bed. Why? Because your body uses dietary cholesterol while you are sleeping to produce testosterone. Testosterone production ramps up overnight, so fueling your body beforehand is like giving it premium gas. The testosterone production process starts with your pituitary gland releasing gonadotropin hormones LH and FSH. And these two hormones transport nutrients such as cholesterol from the bloodstream down to the gonads to use in the testosterone production process. Testosterone production ramps up at night while you're sleeping, so consuming eggs a couple of hours before you go to bed is going to fuel that testosterone process. And if you don't believe me, just try it out for a couple of nights. I'd be willing to bet good money that you'll be waking up with some of the strongest morning wood you've ever had, because you gave your body everything it needed to make all the good things happen down there in your balls while you were asleep. Alright, so let's talk practicality. Here's a few tips to make eating more eggs a little bit easier and more convenient. One thing you can do is to just buy hard-boiled eggs and eat a few of them with each meal. You'd be surprised how much more full you'll get from doing this too. And anytime you get more full from eating less food, it's gonna make losing fat a lot easier. Buying hard-boiled eggs makes things super easy because you don't have to do any cooking or preparing. You just have to have a few with your lunch or your dinner without you having to spend time cooking. I think you're definitely better off hard-boiling your own eggs if you can, because you can be more selective about the quality of the egg, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons of just buying pre-cooked hard-boiled eggs from the store. Another tip is to just eat a buttload of eggs as your main protein source for one of your big meals. And if you do this, I recommend you scramble in bulk. Eggs are super easy to just scramble up and eat, so if you're gonna cook some eggs, just make a lot of them. I usually cook 6 to 10 eggs at once if I'm eating them as the main protein with my meal. I'll cook them over a medium-low heat with about half a tablespoon of butter. I'll add some salt and pepper, and usually I'll eat a few pieces of fruit as my carbs. You can also always go Rocky Balboa style with eggs if you don't feel like cooking them at all. And what I mean by that is cracking the egg open and swallowing the yolk raw. Don't swallow the egg white if you're gonna do this. Try to separate the egg white from the egg yolk and consume the yolk by itself. And I actually made a video on how to do this if you're interested. It's like a 3-minute video of me demonstrating how to do it. So if you want to give that a shot, go ahead and check that video out. My personal favorite way to make eggs is sunny side up in a little bit of butter and eat them on some lightly toasted sourdough bread. It takes a little bit longer to prepare, but it's worth the extra prep time in my book. You know, I'm just one of those guys who finds cooking to be kind of therapeutic, so taking some extra time to cook food, that never really bothers me. Now, the last thing I want to say about eggs is that they're not inherently expensive either. The price of food in general has gone up in recent years, and egg prices have definitely been impacted by that, but eating a bunch of eggs every day isn't going to hurt your wallet as much compared to eating some other testosterone boosting foods like ribeye steaks every day. I mean, even if you're buying really good quality eggs for over $5 or $6 a dozen, you're definitely getting a bang for your buck because of all the nutrients that are contained in eggs. So to sum it all up, eggs are definitely a testosterone powerhouse food. Start eating 4 to 10 eggs a day, focus on eating them in a way that's easiest and most convenient for you, and try eating them at night for optimal results. Use these tips in this video to make things convenient, and you'll be well on your way to unlocking higher testosterone levels. So there you have it, your foolproof guide on how many eggs to eat per day to boost testosterone, as well as some of my most practical tips to get more of these nutrient-dense suckers into your diet. And if you still don't feel like you're doing everything that you could be doing to boost your testosterone levels, I'd encourage you to check out my Testosterone Accelerator program. It's a step-by-step, scientifically proven, evidence-based system that makes losing fat, building muscle, getting stronger, and boosting your libido a walk in the park. Testosterone is the chief male hormone that physiologically makes us the most masculine versions of ourselves that we can become. And this program is the key to unlocking that raw masculine vitality that is embedded in your DNA as a man. And if you enroll using the link below in the pinned comment, you can even message me one-on-one through the app that the program is hosted on. So even if you get stuck while you're going through through the program, you have direct access to me as your coach to help you push through, succeed, and become the version of yourself that you want to become. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, head on down to the link below in the pinned comments to learn more. And shoot me a message if you do enroll. I would love to connect with you and help you through your journey. So I hope to hear from you soon. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here and you've made it this far, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well. Let me know what you thought about the video down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys, and it helps me make the kind of content that you want to see when I hear from you directly. So don't be a stranger. If you made it to the end, I do appreciate the support, and I hope you got a ton out of this video. Good luck in all of your efforts to boost testosterone naturally. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.